However, a meeting between us in person has a special value in allowing us to exchange perspectives, identify common interests, and forge closer cooperation. As a contiguous neighbor and a well-wisher of the Afghan people, India has a deep interest in your development and progress. Today, I reaffirm that our long-standing partnership that has seen so many Indian projects in Afghanistan stands renewed.
During the American occupation, there was many ups and downs that happened. However, throughout this time, we never gave a statement against India. Rather, we always sought good relations with India. We will not allow any group to threaten anyone else or use the territory of Afghanistan against others.
Okay, I'm going to try and get some perspective what it really means for India. My colleague Anand Narasimhan is joining us from the newsroom. Anand, a little childish of Pakistan seeing the kind of bonhomie or coming together of Afghanistan and India.
Well, it's not just also childish, but the point is the way they are reacting. This is something which will have serious ramifications and also repercussions. Bharat is very clearly now underlined that the sovereignty of Afghanistan is something which is going to be uncompromisable. Does that give Bharat a toehold, given the fact that there is an open invitation that Bharat can come and mine and restart its projects? See, since 2021 to 2025, the Taliban government has been quite stable and has been able to take control and continue to run operations in Afghanistan. And Bharat has, directly helped the people of Afghanistan, be it flood relief is concerned, be it inclement weather, be it in medical supplies, also in trying to help their aged who are ill and who need immediate medical attention with a partly functioning local office. They have tried to facilitate that. Even for Afghan students to come and study here, there is more participation and cooperation on that front. Now, given these strikes, Pallavi, it just looks like Taliban will be further weaned away. Perhaps there is a divorce from Pakistan altogether. We all remember how it was General Faiz who actually lands there in Kabul soon after the Taliban takeover happens, and Pakistan tried to show that they are the ones who had engineered all of this at a time when America wanted to exit Afghanistan. But and there are two factions even in the leadership of the Taliban there, the Kandahari faction and also the Haqqani faction, which is the Pakistani faction, the Rawalpindi faction. But now what happens is there is, along with this tussle, it looks like the Afghans and the various tribes and the groupings will also now come together and perhaps move away from Pakistani influence and would want to assert themselves as independent, because their claims on the Durand line into the Pakhtunistan area are also getting far more vocal. And the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has a safe house in Afghanistan. That itself shows that there is support within the Afghan base for that entity to try and operate in that region. So clearly these are important shifts which we are seeing. And Muttaqi has just gone to Russia, and from Russia he is coming to Delhi. So there are certain messages which have been carried and which have also been passed. Are we going back about 4 decades from now when things were different in Afghanistan and Russia was also, quite central to the action there, the theatre of action that was Afghanistan? We have to wait and watch. The Chinese are also very closely looking at all of this. They have already warned Chinese nationals in Pakistan to be very, very careful and not to step out unless absolutely necessary. Reason being, because they are sure there will be repercussions and ramifications for Pakistan's airstrikes, which have clearly, as experts believe, been aided by the Americans.
Okay. And, Anand, diplomatically speaking, I mean, the coming together, as Jaishankar's comments, the Afghan finance minister being here in India at a time when the so-called surgical strikes, as Pakistan wants to call it, has happened. Diplomatically speaking, what do you think India's strategic plan seems to be with this coming together of Afghanistan and India?
See, more importantly, the focus is to now establish full-fledged embassies and increase Indian footprint in Afghanistan and continue to re-engage and cash in on the Afghan Hindu dosti, Hindi dosti. So this whole thing about the Pathan Hindi dosti, this is something which will be cashed in, and also Amir Khan Muttaqi, if he does not truncate his trip and go back, given the airstrikes that have happened, is scheduled to visit Deoband in western Uttar Pradesh on Saturday. Now, if that visit happens, then it is also tying up of the religious and the spiritual roots and the sectarian roots. Deoband emerged out of Bharat and moved and spread across to Pakistan, Afghanistan. These Taliban leaders find a link, identify with the Deobandi sect and that firqa within Islam and also within Sunni Islam. And Pakistan has been trying to appropriate and say that the true upholders of Deobandi sect are reside within Pakistan, and Pakistan drives the narrative. That delinking will also happen, and then this entire Deobandi connection will also be established between the Afghanistan government and the Taliban regime and Bharat, which also certainly somewhere gives a certain amount of religious sanction for this engagement.
Okay, we're just going to keep coming back to you because we've got lots of mega exclusives coming up. First, a reaction coming in from Khwaja Asif. Let's listen in.
जिस मट्टी में से उनको फायदा मिल रहा है, जिस मुल्क से, जिस सरजमीन से उनको फायदा मिल रहा है, उस मुल्क के साथ दुश्मनी कर रहे हैं। सर, ये अब बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा। ये अब जो हमारे सब्र का पैमाना जो है पाकिस्तान की हुकूमत का, पाकिस्तान की अफवाज का जो है लबरेज हो चुका है।